morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching JanataTelevision and this is the English Bulletin with me, Sushant Dhakal. The top stories first. Coronavirus cases jumps to 584, 68 new cases reported in a single day. One Nepali dies in Qatar due to coronavirus. More than 6,900 migrant workers infected in the Gulf country. Lockdown enters 2 months. Risk of infection still remains high. New study dismisses claims made by Trump. Drug touted by the US president to treat COVID-19 linked to higher death risk. And Bundesliga continues for the second week amid regulated social distancing. Bayern and Dortmund both win their games. And now the news in detail. The total number of coronavirus cases in the country has jumped to 584 after confirmation of 68 new cases yesterday. The Ministry of Health and Population confirmed the new cases during a regular press briefing yesterday. According to spokesperson at the ministry, Dr. Bikas Devkota, 27 cases were confirmed in Bankhe district. Likewise, 4 cases in Baitari, 3 in Surkhet, and 1 each in Jhapa and Bardia were also reported on the same day. Earlier, Dr. Samir Adhikari at the ministry had confirmed 30 new cases in Sarlahi, 8 each in Kapilbastu and Rupandehi, and 1 each in Bara, Chitwan and Kathmandu districts. According to the ministry, coronavirus has spread to 40 districts across the country. Dr. Devkota shared that 86 cases were reported in Province 1, while Province 2 reported 172 cases, and Bagmati Province confirmed 32 cases. Similarly, Gandaki Province has reported 5 cases, Province 5 has 271, Karnali Province has 4 cases and Sudur Paschim Province has reported 14 cases. So far, 70 COVID-19 patients have returned home after recovery, the ministry stated. According to Dr. Adhikari, the health condition of all the infected people is normal. More than 6,900 Nepalis working in Qatar have contracted coronavirus. The government made such confirmation in a report released recently. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, a total of 6,911 Nepalis working in Qatar have been infected with coronavirus as of May 2019. As of May 19, among the infected migrant workers, 1 has died in the Gulf nation. Currently, 35,631 migrant workers have been infected with coronavirus in Qatar. Among them, Indian national has the largest number of infected workers, which stands at 11,018. Nepali migrant workers are in the second place. The Nepali community in Qatar are deeply concerned due to the increasing cases of coronavirus. The National Muslim Commission has appealed the Muslim community to recite the Holy Nawaz at home during the lockdown celebration of Eid al-Fitr. Chairman of the Commission, Samim Mia Ansari, requested everyone to stay home and read the Nawaz since the risk of contracting coronavirus has increased drastically over the past few days. Traditionally, the Muslims in Nepal visit the mosque and read the Nawaz in a group as a part of the Eid al-Fitr celebration that marks the end of the month of fasting during Ramzan. Chairman Ansari appealed the Muslim community to read the Nawaz at home for the safety of the entire nation. The devotees are also requested not to visit the neighbors to exchange greetings, Ansari further added.
मस्जिदमा नगइकन घरैमा बसेर चाहिँ यो ईदको नमाज अदा गरौँ र सँगसँगै जुन एउटा चाहिँ अहिले हामीले प्रार्थना गरौँ, अल्लाहसँग दुआ गरौँ कि यो महामारी चाहिँ छिटोभन्दा छिटो अन्त्य होस् र सबै नेपाली दाजुभाइहरू विश्वभरिमा रहनुभएका सम्पूर्ण चाहिँ यो छुटकारीबाट चाहिँ यो महामारीबाट चाहिँ छुटकारी पाओस् भन्ने हामीले चाहिँ कामना गर्न चाहन्छौँ।
Muslim devotees observe Roza by fasting throughout the day and reading Nawaz during the month of Ramzan. The month-long fasting ends after reading namaz on the last day of Ramzan. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. The National Human Rights Commission has urged the government not to withhold allowances of single women and disabled persons. The Commission has expressed its strong disagreement to the government's decision to stop providing social security allowance to single women under the age of 60 and to the differently abled persons. In a statement released yesterday, the NHRC pointed out that the lockdown has made it more difficult for people with disability to get medication and even basic information and relief from the government. Even the fundamental human rights have been deprived to the disabled, the statement further reads. It has been 62 days since the government first imposed the lockdown on March 24 in an effort to contain the outbreak of the novel coronavirus. The lockdown has been extended time and again till 2nd June after the risk of coronavirus infection intensified in the last few days. The lockdown has further tightened in an attempt to control the outbreak. The flow of vehicles in the main streets of Kathmandu remains insignificant. Police have started taking action against vehicles operating without pass issued by the administration. However, vehicles carrying essential supplies have access to normal mobility. Similarly, people working in the front line against coronavirus, such as medical professionals, government officials, media persons, including others, have also been free to operate their vehicles. Some shops selling daily supplies of food and vegetables have remained open in the inner streets of Kathmandu. People have also been visiting nearby stores to get their groceries. The lengthy lockdown has, however, taken a huge toll on people's lives. And now the news from the economic front. The Employees Provident Fund has made a special loan provision available to the contributors through its online portal during the lockdown period. The lockdown, which began on March 24th, had brought a complete halt to all services provided by the EPF. However, through a statement released yesterday, the Provident Fund informed that the customers can avail a special loan service from Sunday through its online portal. The difficulty in mobility during the lockdown has prompted us to start the online loan service to make borrowing process easy, smooth and effective for all our customers, the statement read. The fund further informed that currently the special loan service can be availed by those who meet the criteria and those who have already completed their KYC form. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back, and now the international news. The anti-malarial drug, which the US President Donald Trump says he has been taking and has urged others to use, was tied to an increased risk of death in hospitalized COVID-19 patients. A large study of almost 100,000 patients revealed an increased risk of taking hydroxychloroquine, Reuters reported. In the study, it was found that patients treated with hydrochloroquine had higher risk of death and heart rhythm problems than patients who were not given the medications. The study, published in the Lancet Medical Journal, showed no benefit of coronavirus patients taking the drugs. Demand for the decades-old anti-malarial drug has surged as Trump repeatedly promoted its use against the coronavirus, urging people to try it. Trump said last week he has been taking the medicine as a preventive measure despite a lack of scientific evidence. The Lancet study authors suggested that the drug should not be used to treat COVID-19 patients outside of clinical trials until studies confirm their safety and efficacy in such patients. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has allowed healthcare providers to use the drug for COVID-19 patients through an emergency use authorization, but has not approved them to treat it. The flight data recorder from the Pakistani Airlines that crashed into a residential neighborhood of Karachi has been found, according to Reuters. The news agency confirmed the news quoting an official said on Saturday. According to Reuters, the death toll has risen to 97. There were 2 survivors from on board the aircraft, while no fatalities were reported in the densely populated area of the city where the aircraft crash landed on Friday. Pakistan International Airlines' flight PK-8303, an Airbus A320, was flying from Lahore to Karachi with 99 people on board when it went down in mid-afternoon while trying a second landing attempt. The airline's chief executive, Arsad Malik, said on Friday the last message received from the pilot indicated there was a technical problem. Another senior civil aviation official told Reuters it appeared the plane had been unable to lower its landing gear for the first approach. Aviation safety experts say air crashes typically have multiple causes. Seconds before the crash, the pilot told air traffic controllers he had lost power from both engines, according to a recording posted on liveatc.net, a respected aviation monitoring website. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. The German Bundesliga continued for a second week in a row amidst empty stadium and regulated social distancing rules. Bayern Munich produced a 5-star performance against Eintracht Frankfurt as they won the match by 5-2. The win gives Bayern a clear 4-point lead over Dortmund, who also won the match against Wolfsburg by 2-0. In the Berlin derby, Hertha defeated Union by 4-0. Elsewhere, Bayer Leverkusen defeated Borussia Mönchengladbach by 3-1. With 7 games to go, Bayern Munich are on 61 points on top of the table, with Dortmund closely following them in second place with 57 points. The 2 clubs go head-to-head on Tuesday. 2 new cases of coronavirus at 2 separate clubs have been found after the latest round of Premier League tests. Tests were carried out on Tuesday, Thursday and Friday of last week, with 996 players and club staff tested overall. Players or club staff who have tested positive will now self-isolate for a period of 7 days. This time, the tests available to each club were increased from 40 to 50. On 19th May, the Premier League announced that in the first round, 6 tested positive from 3 clubs. That included a total of 748 players and club staff were tested between 17th and 18th of May. Squads started non-contact training from Tuesday. The Premier League has been suspended since 13th March because of the coronavirus pandemic, with 92 fixtures remaining. On Saturday, the Spanish Prime Minister said. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. Coronavirus cases jumps to 584, 68 new cases reported in a single day. 1 Nepali dies in Qatar due to coronavirus, more than 6,900 migrant workers infected in the Gulf country. Lockdown enters 2 months, risk of infection still remains high. New study dismisses claims made by Trump, drug touted by the US president to treat COVID-19 linked to higher death risk. And Bundesliga continues for the second week in a row amidst regulated social distancing. Bayern and Dortmund both win their matches. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website JanataSamachar.com. We urge all our viewers to follow government directives of the lockdown and follow healthy hygienic practices. to keep safe from any infection. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.